at 16 in those days, local authority wouldn't fund you to go to school in London. And London, you had to be nearly 18 to get in, and you had to have a chaperone. Imagine that. As a girl, only the girls used to have a chaperone to go to drama school, to live in at the drama school. So it meant you had to have a big sister or your mum with you or somebody like that, and they wouldn't take you till you were nearly 18. Do you get it? So my mum said, go on and just do hairdressing, because my big sister done it. So I worked, funny enough, my YTS was at the only proper Mayfair top black hairdressers that we had at the time.
In Mayfair?
Yeah. And I don't know if we've ever had one back there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about
days. I don't think we have we?
I don't think so.
I don't
What's it
know
called?
about
Do you remember what
They
it's
were
called?
called Splinters.
I think I heard of them.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You had Splinters, Tony and Guy.
Big up
and
Chifa.
Vidal Sassoon.
Big up Chifa. Black people back in
the
Mayfair.
vibes,
Get me?
yeah, straight.
Black people
But
back in Mayfair.
that's the thing, you see. I've lived long enough to see us have it and lose it,
And
have
we
it
back
and
again.
lose it and come back again.
Yeah, big up. Yeah,
Because
come on.
Splinters was a thing,
a
and
big
they gave
deal.
us like the YTS was great. I think they need to bring it back, but they gave us a day release, so you'd work in the salon or whatever you did during the week, and then they'd give you 1 day a week to go to college. So we ended up at London College of Fashion with Vidal Sassoon and Tony and Guy students.
Right.
When you think about it now, the black kids ain't doing that. Do you understand? I was a shit hairdresser. I wasn't my sister. I used to burn the people them head. But all like people like Loose Ends and Soul to Soul, like there was a lot of stars that used to come in
through there.
And I was more interested in that side of it, to be fair. So I did that like to beat some time. Then it was coming up for around the time when I would go back to audition for the drama school. I met her dad. My daughter's there. And by the time I was ready for drama school, I was pregnant with her.
Really?
Yeah, so that didn't happen. And while I was pregnant, it was like, okay, you need to go back and just do your A-levels then and see what other path is going on. But the weird thing is, I've always done it. Regardless of going to drama school, I always performed, always done these things in my early life. You know, I was in a poetry duet called Amazon, which was me and another sister called Ife. And we used to take the place by storm in terms of spoken word.
Wow.
I've been in a band, a white people band, an indie band called Slovo back in the day. Big up Dave. And got to tour the world, really. That particular band.
Sorry. Yeah. How did you feel when you got pregnant? Because how old was you then, roughly?
I
was in your teens?
I was still in my teens. I was 19, when I got pregnant. Almost 19. And no, I was almost 19 when I had her, actually. So I would have been a bit younger when I was pregnant.
Like now it's cool. Back then they must have thought I was young. Now,
yeah,
that's
my mum had me. My mum had me when she was a teenager.
Yeah, and it was very prevalent in our time.
Yeah.
I mean, girls were still getting married at 16 in those days. But you know what it was? My dad went mad. Because that wasn't, my dad went mad. And in fact, he banned her dad until the morning I went into labour with her. It was the first time he met her dad. He met her dad. My mum was
how much older
there.
than your mum is your dad?
How much? My dad is...
Yeah, what's the age gap?
My dad, if my dad was alive, which he's not,
R.I.P.
he would be probably coming up in his 90s somewhere now, no? He'd be approaching 90, and my mum's 82. So he's a good 7 years or so,
That's like
7, 8 years.
Dad.
Really?
No, but I'm just praying. I'm praying the older people love going for the younger girl.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going, no, but that was like,
back in the
I'm
day.
going mad. I'm going, but that's
more
like
of
my
an
dad
age
went
gap.
mad as well, though. But I'm praying that.
Yeah, they were like 6, 7 years.
My
maybe.
dad was
That's
7 years
something
older
like
than my mum.
6, 7 years older. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was 7 years older.
Well, I
than
mean,
my mum.
look, my
dad was going mad.
her dad was like 5 years older than me, and I was 16 when I met him. It's how it
So
went.
that's why your
He
dad
was
was
on
even
mind
more.
games. I'm going mad. I'm going mad.
But it was normal,
Okay.
and you know, I was 16, and the man was only 21 or whatever he
Mind
was.
games.
Do you know what I mean? So
But
that
that's
was
what I'm
actually
saying.
normal. And when you think about
It's
it,
worse in the islands, but anyway.
but us as 16-year-olds, we were a lot older for
old.
our age.
I know,
we
that's the-
could run the house and
No,
cook
but
pata and
it's
have
true
beer.
though. It's
We
true
were,
though.
we were
Even
trained that
it's
way,
true.
you know,
No, it's true. It's
kind
true.
of thing. And we were already out there working and doing stuff. So you were seen as older really at 16.
It's
16 was like what 18 is now, I guess.
I think older
You're right. Yeah, maybe even.
in your time, because
When I
even.
think, when I look at my
Yeah.
16-year-old,
It's
they're
mad.
like
yeah,
night
come
and
on,
day.
they can't cope.
it's
It's
mad.
not
We
the
were
same.
ready for
What?
it.
Yeah.
Like I look at I think what?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I was going.
But obviously that that strict upbringing came into play, but they always get over it in the end. And my daughter there ended up being the apple of my dad's eye.
That's
out of
always
all
the
the
case, though, isn't it?
grandchildren,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
And what the good thing was is because my dad had a mantra: learn a book, do this, be independent. You know, like he had this scenario that he used to paint. If you don't do what I tell you, you're gonna end up on the top floor of a tower block with a man where drink from Monday to Saturday
Big up
and bust
Pops.
your ass on a Sunday. That's what my dad used to
Big up
say.
Pops
So we
knows
were
the
scared
thing.
of that.
Yeah, Pops knows the thing.
Right. So, you know, it causes you to strive for more. And I think with me, even though I had a teenage belly, as they called it in the day, my sisters never, you know, they were kind of in their 20s, they got married, they had kids. And I was the one who broke the mold, but I was always the rebellious one. But it was a decent young man who had a very good job. We bought a house together. There weren't no council flat, top floor, nothing. And at a young age, I was already doing those kind of bits. Do you know what I mean? And created a lot of kind of jealousy and envy amongst peers and stuff. Because I'm pushing like brand new Reggies at that age. Do you know what I mean? At 17, 18, 19.
You say making mullah.
Money was there and owned property and pushing a whip and babies in the back. No waiting at the bus stop with the buggy. You know, and in those days, that was not normal for an 18, 19-year-old to be doing that. Nowadays, I think they probably got it locked. But
Did you ever think to like do crime? What was crime them like? Was there people shot? Obviously,
of course there was people shot.
No,
I
but-
remember
no, but-
Victorian
no, no, no,
guy,
no.
yeah.
No, but no. But
But it was
I was
weed.
thinking about the.
It was weed.
Exactly.
There was no class
Thank
A
you,
like that.
Thank you.
The cocaine had just
Thank
started
you.
coming in
Thank
when I got to about 16, 17. It had
That's right.
just started to. And a lot of people didn't know what it was. That is why a lot of people got on it. I had the benefit of traveling to America with my parents. So I'd seen what junkies look like. Do you know what I mean? And I used to say to people,
They got it first.
Of course they got it first. Yeah. They got it
Next
first.
to
Do you know
Colombia,
why
innit?
crack actually came into the country?
No.
Oh, right. So you see, all right, look at America. You had the civil rights struggle. Then you had the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings that came along. Then after that, what came after that? The Panthers. And they really changed the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were actually going to make this thing
Louis
happen.
Farrakhan, innit?
No.
I got mad.
The black.
I've said madness.
You have said madness.
said madness,
You
right.
should know this, Spray.
I know, but
Especially with his hairstyle and the
listen, I
sideburns.
know, but listen, Tommy's me pal,
Innit?
innit?
He looks like a panther today.
Tommy's me pal. So this is mind games. He's not my pal now, innit? See, Tommy,
you
do you
never
see?
said, but you said last
No, but
that you never
Tommy,
said that you and him weren't cool.
Tommy, cream.
You're flip
I'm
flopping.
sure Tommy's got respect for the Black Panthers. Like,
He
Yeah.
has to. He has to.
got to. Everyone
to.
has to respect them.
Tommy,
but
like,
after what
Tommy
did
just
they?
don't like Asians
I believe that as well. But what
and cream.
what was it that what was it that brought the Black Panthers down? A lot of people don't know. It was heroin.
No, but who was the head of the Black Panthers though? Sorry for being.
They didn't have not one head. That was what's great about them.
So
they
who's-
had a head in every city. So you had Huey Newton.
Huey.
Yeah, these
I'm
people.
thinking about Huey.
Yeah, he was a
Not
set.
Louis.
You had
Farrakhan.
Fred
I know
Hampton.
what I'm thinking about. I know what
Fred Hampton.
Huey,
all
though.
different people.
Huey, are bad.
Yeah, he was one of the big
Yeah,
boys as
Huey
well.
are bad,
But
yeah.
heroin and corruption brought them down. So when they all rioted on the back of the end of Malcolm X dying, the Panthers being taken out, they rioted, didn't they, in a place called Watts, and it broke out. They suppressed that with the crack epidemic in America. So when we started raising, anyone who's lived through it will tell you, 81, you had the Brixton riots, okay? We know what happened there. 85, in these parts, they chopped the policeman's head off over at the farm, right? And the riots happened then. By 86, 87, crack started flooding into London. Just saying. After that, you didn't see no more revolution in this country. None. You had 2011 riots, but that was engineered. That was social engineering around here.
2011.
It weren't about revolution. It was about looting
No.
the shops.
2011 was about Mark Duggan.
Do you know what? Round here it
This
was.
is Tottenham.
Yeah.
That's what
No.
you know what I'm saying?
You're,
That's
you
what
know,
it was about.
you're 100%
that's what it
right.
was- that's-
But when
I
you
don't know
look
what
at-
everybody else
when you
was
look
doing.
at how
you get what
it,
I'm saying? But I know what we was doing on that high road there. You get me?
Absolutely.
I don't know what.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Obviously,
you're right.
after-
2011
you know
for
what
Tottenham was about a resurgence from 85.
I mean? It was
That's
better.
what started
You've
it.
gone too mad now.
Yeah.
You get, but obviously
The rest of London
Poverty
didn't take it well.
and whatnot,
R.I.P. Mark Duggan.
poverty and whatnot. After a while, it's gonna turn into looting.
So I think the point I'm making is that we lived through those times. But even from the
Sorry.
early set,
At least open it away from the mic, please.
you know, like even in those days as a 19, 20, 21-year-old, I was writing lyrics like Cracksville, UK, telling people not to take this thing up. It's a government chemical weapon. Despite what my trolls say, because I'm called a crackhead, I'm called a
crackhead.
I'm called all kind of things.
Two
And,
crackheads!
you know, I used to always say to people, I don't like
Two
that. I'm like,
crackheads! No, but I'm called a
You're
crackhead as well.
yeah.
Because I went mad and admitted the foolishness.
Well, I've
when I
never
was
taken
young,
I've never taken a Class A substance in my life.
nor have I.
Me neither.
Do you understand?
Me neither.
I like weed. That's
I
what
like
I
weed
like.
too. Where's my weed?